What's going on, y'all? Another week, another geek. We're back at it with another episode of the Why I'm Geek show. This is your homies AJ and ChrisyLite, and this is episode 202 of the Why I'm Geek show. Chris, how you feeling today, Brody?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and we back in the movie theater, man. How you been?
I'm good. I'm good. Excited for this. Is probably my last movie of the year. The end of the year is literally tomorrow. So
Yeah.
by the time y'all seeing this, it will already be 2026. But I'm super excited to get into this thing because, Timothée is back, bro. Timothée is back.
Timothée.
And he's here with a sports drama. Like when I think of Timothée Chalamet, first thing that comes to my mind is not athlete. You know what I'm saying? But that boy
top
cold.
of his game, peak athlete.
Yeah, exactly. So
the greatest.
GOAT, like what are we talking about? Which is something that's a major theme in this movie. But going into this movie, Chris, did you have any expectations? Like as far as like
I had no idea about this movie at all. Only when you told me you're gonna go see the ping pong movie, I was like, what is he talking about? I didn't see a single ad. I didn't see nothing. I think I saw him starting to do like a bunch of interviews. And I just kept thinking like, oh, that must be the ping pong movie you're talking about. The ping every time. So finally when it was out and when we were thinking about what we're gonna do the pod on, I was just like, hey, let's do the ping pong movie. Let me see what this is about, and hopefully it's good. So
yeah. I was just expecting to see Timothée Chalamet go crazy. Because that's honestly like why I went. But it was like there was a whole bunch of other people in the movie too. And apparently it's not a straight up biopic of a real person, but it's loosely based on a real person, a phenom in the table tennis world. So there was that too. But I had expected to be like kind of like, a rise to greatness kind of situation. Like you start from the bottom, now you're working your way up. And nobody really believe in you, and there's a little bit of that in there, but this is kind of just a lot of chaos, like that's kind of what it really felt like. But I guess just to start off, now that we got like just first impressions out the way, did you think ping pong could like hold the weight of a movie like this?
Definitely not.
Yeah, because we've gotten challengers. We've gotten challengers, right? We've gotten other sports movies where it's like not necessarily like your basketball, football, soccer type of things, but like a movie. Not to say there's never been a ping pong movie out there, or a table tennis movie out there, because there has, but they've been more like comedy centric, where this is like more of a serious kind of drama. Of like telling a real a story that has like some deep seated meanings to it. I just was like, dang, I don't know if ping pong's going to be able to really keep my interest the whole time I'm watching it. So was it able to hold the weight of how long was this movie? 2.5 hours.
It was a long movie, man.
Yeah,
I mean, definitely watching in the beginning, I was pretty interested, but then I kind of like fell off when they kind of went into the back room and he was doing some more ping pong stuff. I was like, I don't think this is gonna hold me. But luckily, this movie is a little bit more than that. It's like ping pong is the overarching thing, but it's not like the main thing going on in the movie. You kind of alluded to it. It's like the chaos around him attempting it. Which I think kind of helped me like stay within this whole like ping pong movie, because like I said, I only knew it as the ping pong movie.
Exactly.
So after those first few scenes, I was like, I don't know if I'm really care this much, or like challengers. Like, do I really care about this character trying to be the best ping pong player, table tennis player ever?
Yeah,
it was kind of losing me there. But luckily, this movie is a lot different.
And there's like historical implications to it as well, with them like having like multiple conversations and dialogue about growing the game, and like how like if Marty could just win this one, big tournament, it would explode across the U.S. and it would change the, fabric of what we know sport to be today. And I'm just
Yeah.
like sitting back thinking about what table tennis is now. I'm just like, okay, I guess like everybody plays ping pong, everybody plays tennis, but it's not like a,
It was
mainstream
very popular, like,
sport though.
when we were, like, a kid, people had a lot of table tennises in their
I did.
garage.
I
Oh, you
had one.
did? Oh,
I had
dang.
one. So like I played
Yeah.
it one time and I was hooked. So it's like I get the allure of
Dang.
the game, right? Like we had played it one time on vacation and I've only seen it in like movies and stuff like that and just being competitive, I was just
Mhm.
like addicted and we
Yeah.
just played it every day. We was there and then like we ended up getting one cuz we already had a pool table. So it's like we halfway there, And then but that was once we put the ping pong table on there though, because it's so heavy, we never play pool again. So
Yeah.
it's like it's give and take with that. But I get the game, like because the game is fun. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Played it a lot in college too.
Mhm.
So, but to hold the attention for a whole movie, I wasn't super captivated by that part, and I think they do a good job of like um letting you know, like yeah, table tennis might be the muse of the movie, right? The thing that Marty is striving and searching for and just trying to make this one thing happen. But the real story is Marty and his dysfunction and self destruction and you know um self actualization of like trying to become this thing, this person that he sees himself to be. Because if like we really think about it, like he had so many outs in this movie of like just different opportunities where he could have just took the quote unquote easy route, right? And he just continued to bet on himself, and it almost got nauseating, honestly, to me towards the end. I'm like, dang, like this movie is kind of dragging, and at this point, I don't think I want to go through a whole tournament. You know, when it got to the point where it's like this is about the third or fourth time we're gonna try to get this money so that we can go back to Japan. Because it's like a long payoff to get this quote unquote rematch or exhibition. So to me, it was more so of like, how do you keep the audience's attention while also laying the groundwork for something that like Marty could really build on and seeing what that really looks like amongst the rest of the cast and his family and stuff like that. So like what did you feel like what did you what was your main grasp from the movie after watching it? Because that was kind of mine.
I mean, to be honest, there's a lot of questions for me.
Hmm.
Like what did I take away from this movie? I
Yeah.
kind of feel like I will end up rewatching it just to see if there's more.
Hmm.
Um, I I guess overall, the only thing I took away from it was like how like crazy of like a life he was attempting to have
Yeah.
just to attain this goal, only for like at the very, I don't want to get too spoilery, only for at the very end for
I don't
him
think
to
you
kind of like,
can't. Like I feel like we have to talk about it, honestly.
yeah, yeah. Only for like the very end for him to like come to a realization moment.
Yeah.
And like maybe I would have wished for like a little like glimpse of what could
What
have
could have been?
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I kind of like movies when they do leave it a little ambiguous. Like, it does make it a little bit more powerful at the end. But
Hmm.
the movie's just so wacky and wild that I just kind of feel like it's like one of those movies for when
Hmm.
everything just doesn't seem like it's going your way, or you're trying to chase after something,
Yeah.
and Marty's just an example of a like extreme narcissistic version of a person trying to chase something,
Hmm.
and things are just going crazy left and right. A lot on his part,
Yeah.
um, but ultimately coming to like a realization moment. And
Hmm.
like I said, I would definitely deep dive more into each meaning of it. Because there's a lot of history with like Marty's family and
Yeah.
like him being from New York and stuff like that, that you could really him being Jewish,
Hmm.
there's a lot of stuff that you can dissect and be like, okay, I can kind of see. Uh, Even like the Marty American Dream, like this is back in like the 1950s of him trying to like become something,
That
make your
doesn't
name in
exist.
America. Yeah,
Yeah.
like there's just a lot of little things you can definitely grab from.
Hmm.
Um, but I think mainly I just focus in on this type of character, this type of person in a whirlwind environment, and then interesting little ending.
Yeah. Now you spoke a little about the ending just now, but without saying too much, how did you feel about how it began? Because that opening scene was
Nah,
unique, bruh. I ain't never,
freak man.
I ain't never seen nothing like that before, where it's literally like a transition of a baby being made to a ping pong ball.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
was your reaction to that?
I didn't know much about it, so I was trying to figure out was the baby Marty like
Uh,
was this the ping pong master? Like I didn't know what was going on, but
yeah.
no, I just thought it was funny. It kind of reminded me of like a Rick and Morty or Family Guy type thing,
Mm-hmm.
like uh yeah, it was just silly to me. I was just
Yeah.
like, all right,
I was like,
I still
okay, this is where we at. Like, this is what we're
yeah,
doing.
I just didn't know what I was getting into still
Yeah.
because it's just it's I didn't know anything. I didn't do any research prior to it, so I
Mm-hmm.
kinda didn't know, was I in a comedy too? I mean, it's a ping pong movie, and like you said,
Yeah.
most of the ping pong movies we watched growing up were, like, strictly comedies.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. Or if it was like a scene in a show, it was like an arc, whatever. You just learn how to play ping pong, and you just goaded all of a sudden. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Like, the whole
I.
characters all get, like, addicted to it for a little bit or, like, get serious or,
Mm-hmm.
someone's always like, "Oh, yeah, I played ping pong for 10 years straight," or
Yeah.
is super nice at it or something like that. That's
Yeah. Um. Okay. Because I didn't. I watched the trailer, right? So um, that first scene in the movie is a part of the trailer, so I knew
oh,
that part, but I didn't know about the like how they was going to transition from um the baby making it to it being a literal ping pong ball. I was like, oh, that was creative because I did not think that that's where we were going. Um. Okay, that's cool. Now the next thing, I guess, would be just like, do you feel like, do you feel the, this is kind of a broader question. Do you feel the Timothée Chalamet fatigue yet? Broader question, not specific to the movie.
I skipped his last movie, though.
Okay. Which was
Um,
what?
the one where he was also, like, a famous,
Oh, the
artist.
Bob Dylan one? Is it Bob
Yeah,
Dylan?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. A
I
thousand
thought it
chances or
was.
something like that. Or something like that. I don't know.
I missed that one, so,
I think it's Bob
I was
Dylan.
pretty cool with it. I was
Okay.
just more it's starting to become like alright, I'll say this.
Mhm.
When they had this scene of him being an extra smooth talker, and
Yeah.
then he opened the door with no shirt on, I
Yeah.
was like, "Bro, you are not like that." Like, you are not like I just couldn't like, that one gave me some fatigue of, "Alright, we in, like, Delulu land where this man is, like,
Yeah. He could be whoever he
uh
wants to be, bro. At this
yeah,
point,
but it's just kinda like I kinda understood when it was like,
mhm.
not Matt Damon, what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
if that was Leo,
yeah,
I would get it, but
yeah.
seeing, like like, I only see him, and I'm like,
Mhm.
"Bruh, they try to make this guy like Leo, and you not built the same." Like, but
Okay.
we'll see.
We'll cross that
We'll
bridge when
see.
we get there. We gotta start looking out for that. The Leo comparison. Okay.
Yeah, because it just felt like in that moment, they're painting him as to be, like, this next big time, like, uh mega actor, and
Hmm.
I'm kind of feeling it, but as
Yeah.
soon as they opened the door, I was like, "Bro, we not at we this is,
It's
like, 2
different.
different levels." Yeah, so, uh,
Ah. Bro,
yeah, I
Chris
wouldn't
said
say
he's
I'm
not a
fatigued, though.
heartthrob. That's crazy. It's like that.
But they try to like, you know,
Yeah.
push that like, yo, you see this man, he's smooth, blah, blah. Like, open that door, no shirt. He knew it was going down. I'm like,
Yeah. Nah, the apple is
I
what
don't
got
know.
her though. The apple is what got him. He tossed the apple on the thing, and it landed. I was like, oh, he liked that.
He like that. Oh man. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's fatigue. It's just like you know when you've seen an actor enough times that you're like,
Yeah.
bruh, I don't know if you're portraying this character, but in this moment I see just the actor and
Yeah.
it makes it rough.
I think it depends on the movie and the setting of the movie because in A Complete Unknown, that's the Bob Dylan movie that you was talking about.
Yep.
It took me a while for me to see Bob Dylan in that movie and not Timothée Chalamet playing Bob Dylan. Not because he's not a good like what do you call that? Method actor? Maybe.
Sure.
Or it's like he didn't do a good portrayal of Bob Dylan because he probably got all the mannerisms right, but it's just like it took me a while for the sound to make. I mean, I never listened to Bob Dylan either. I know who he is, but I don't know what he sound like either. So it's like it wasn't until after like I got like halfway through the movie and I started going back and like listening to some of the stuff and seeing some of the old videos. I'm like, okay, now he kind of nailed this. You know, like he was in his bag for sure. But I feel like Marty Supreme fits Timothy's like, I don't know why I combined them just now. Timothée Chalamet's personality in a sense of like what we see at these award shows, what we see in these interviews, where it's like he has a view of himself where he wants to be great, he wants to be one of the best, and he's not afraid to show. He's shameless about it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like he only wants to see the best that could possibly be. So when I was watching this movie, it didn't take me that long to not see Timothée and see, I don't know why I'm saying his name like that, and see Marty Supreme, because it's like, I feel like this character was kind of built for him in a sense, outside of like the ping pong aspect of it, because everything else is like, because of the times, because of the location, smooth talk, like type of situations, like there was a line where they said there was a lot of lines in this thing, y'all. Some words were being said, so take this with a grain of salt. All right, I'm not saying that this is what they said in the movie. All right, they said that Marty could sell a shoe to an amputee, right? So it's a good, like you said, gift of gab, and like I didn't mind that because I was just like, oh, he just get back in his monologue bag, like, and that's why I feel like he's really good at is saying a lot of words in a short amount of time and making you feel it. So I was rocking with it. But as far as like fatigue goes for me, I think because all his movies are so different, I don't really feel it compared to like if we was talking about what Pedro Pascal was going through for a while, where it's like you're no longer seeing, Joel, you seeing Pedro, no longer seeing, Mandalorian is different because it's like a completely kind of different character, but you're just seeing a whole lot of him in a short amount of time, and it's like, all right, I've seen enough, or other dude was Chris Pratt. But Chris Pratt was like in everything for like 2 years. And it was just like, all right, what are we doing? So just something to think about. Okay. Next thing. Let's talk about the rest of the cast, bro. Who was your favorite character outside of, Marty in the story that was like stuck out to you the most?
Well, I will say, was it Mr. Wonderful? Was that
Kevin O'Leary? Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin O'Leary. I was like, bruh, I think this is Mr. Wonderful, and then later on, I was like, yo, this gotta be him.
So he did this. He was looking at him like doing this. I was like, yeah, that's him.
It's just, I don't know, and something about his character, I was like, bro, this is the same guy, like in real
Hmm.
life. Like
Shark Tank.
um but to be honest, I like Gwyneth Paltrow's character. I
Okay.
just kind of wish there would have been like a tap bit more to it.
I wish we could
Um
have known what happened.
yeah. Like I kind of
Like
wish it
why
would have
she.
blown up more, or like,
Yeah.
had just a better wrap up conclusion overall with her character, because it
Yeah.
just seemed like that was going to be a much bigger storyline than it ultimately ended up being.
Hmm.
Um, but uh, who's your favorite character? How about that?
I'd say it was Rachel. 'Cause
Ah, okay,
yeah, I
okay. You
say it was
surprised me.
Rachel. Yeah, I know you was going to say. I know you thought I was going to say. You thought I
Yeah,
was going to say Wally. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Tyler the Creator, but nah, because he was only in there for a little bit. Now,
yeah.
if my theory had been proven right and he had went and actually saved um Marty in the end when he saw him getting taken out by the gangster, or I don't even know if he was a gangster, but he had that blick,
Yeah, it
you
was
know,
confusing.
like felt mobby, but it was like
Yeah,
maybe
felt
not,
movie.
you know. It also felt a little like um because it's back in the day, right? So
Yeah.
it's like what they call it in London, where they or like not London, but Peaky Blinders, because it was like knife fights all the time.
I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't remember what they call it, but it was like I just want to get stuck or whatever. He just like randomly just stabbed somebody in broad daylight, bro. I was like,
In broad daylight.
I was like, what is this? Like, who is this guy? You know. Um, but yeah, back to the main thing. Rachel is my favorite because I think she was just like, I'm gonna use my words carefully here. She is who Marty wanted her to be. I don't know if that's the right way to say it.
Uh-oh.
Like,
Get him.
because she was on Marty bad, bruh. You know?
Hey,
And
smooth talker.
like the twist between her and Marty and what's the other guy's name? Uh Ira.
Ira, yeah. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
Ira. Like was probably one of my favorite twists of the whole movie because it's like you go from a moment of like looking at Marty as somebody that is like, oh, like he really does care about her type thing, after do I say it? I don't know. But she basically fakes being beat up or whatever, right? Just to
Yeah, yeah.
get back into Marty's life. Whether that is to, go off and run in the sunset or just like be able to be there for their unborn child,
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
just trying to wiggle her way back into his life. And it reminded me of his mother because of the things and hoops that she would go through to like kind of, just make Marty care about something other than ping pong.
Mhm.
Right. So I think for me, I enjoyed the um the amount that she would go to or the lengths that she would go to for not like a sense of approval, but just like I just didn't think that somebody would do this at being 8 months pregnant, you know, and goes to these lengths just to get somebody that may or may not come back from Japan a shot, So and just their back and forth to me was like it was just like, yo, both of y'all crazy, you know?
Yeah.
And I was just like, I was just surprised. I didn't think that she was gonna have as big of a role once we didn't see her after that period of time. And then she came back and she didn't steal the show, but like, comparing her and K Stone storylines, I feel like, they both held their own as far as like love interest in the movie. And I was just more so like when that makeup started coming off, I was like, oh, no way she did this. And then she went back out to the gates and got kidnapped. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. You know, so it was like one thing after another. So I think that was probably my favorite character. But there's like moments in this movie where it's like they like the hustling part of the movie where Wally and Marty go through their whole little, you know, routine.
The whole
And
little
I'm
shark
like,
routine.
yeah, and I'm like, okay, I've seen this before, you know, like, and it was cool, but I was kind of just like waiting to see what happens next because at this point I'm conditioned that something is going to go wrong, you know. So as part of that conditioning, I'm just like, it's a constant wave of like, okay, highs and lows, highs and lows, highs and lows, but at some point there's going to have to be, you know, a tipping point.
Yeah.
And like Yang's just gonna have to make a choice. And, you know, I didn't think that Marty was going to make the right one.
Yeah.
You know, at this point. How did you feel about it? Like just like the I don't want to call it good and bad. Like, but you know how like in Red Dead you got the honor side and then the other
Yeah, I
side.
think that was overall how I felt for like Marty. I don't really feel like he's like making moral decisions or he's like necessarily a character. At least I wasn't rooting for him.
Yeah.
At least that's how I watched the movie. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but it was kind of like this guy is a con artist, so whatever he's gonna make, it's gonna be like in the best interest for like what he needs at this time.
Yeah.
So it was even like as soon as they like just a small part. Just when they completed the heist, like you said, we already knew
Mm-hmm.
something was gonna happen, and I just knew he was gonna make a decision, like something that's easy as I'm gonna just keep running with all the money, like somewhere
Mm-hmm.
else. Like it's gonna be something to the point where I need this right now, and I owe you, dude. Like I owe you.
Yeah.
Like he's not trying to do his people dirty, but
Mm-hmm.
in the end, it's like right now for the next 3 hours, it's about me. I gotta maximize me doing this one portion, and I
Yeah.
will definitely worry about you next time I like just see you. Like next time I
Mm-hmm.
see you,
I got you.
oh, I got you. I got you somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just like after that moment, I knew the whole time,
Yeah.
like is he making a moral decision? He's making the right decision. It's like I don't really know. I
Mm-hmm.
just want to see what decision he ultimately makes. And it did get to the point probably after that scene that I was like, bro, how long is this gonna go? Like,
There's
what?
not gonna be at that point I was like, bro, there's not gonna be a redemption moment. I don't think.
Yeah.
Like I think it's pretty clear, set in stone, which is not a bad thing. You know, not
Yeah.
everybody deserves redemption in a sense in the movies and stuff like that. But I think for me the other pivotal moment was like just him, you know, letting go of all his pride just to get on that plane. You know, I'm not gonna go into what he actually had to do, but it was like something where I'm like,
Oh, that
dang,
was wild. I was like,
like I
yo.
was like, this is crazy. You know,
I
like
literally thought to myself, um, I've most of the time in movies when they have like this weird dynamic, I'm like, please
yeah,
just no scene like this. And then
yeah,
they literally did the scene, and I was like, yo,
yeah,
this that stuff,
mm-hmm,
that really be going down. They just letting y'all get a little peek of it at Hollywood. I'm like,
yeah.
I can't.
Little insight,
Yeah.
you know.
When
So
y'all see the movie, you'll know exactly when.
yeah, I ain't gonna say it, but
Yeah.
um, I think that was one of the more like moments when I moved in the movie where I was just like, okay, I feel like he might finally get it, you know. And then once he got over there and starts having the exhibition matches and stuff like that, I was just like, man, at a certain point, bruh, you just can't go outside, you know, like. And I think when he really found out that it's like, okay, I did all this just to get here, just for me to not have a spot still. That's when he was like, that was like, you know, the actual moment where he's like, dang, like, what do I do now? You know,
Yeah.
like that was a sobering moment. I was just like, bruh, what do you think was going to happen? You know, like they just going to let you in. So
Yeah. In his
it's
mind,
a
it's never
tough
too late.
lesson.
you
Yeah,
know?
it's exactly till it is, and I think that's like one of the best things about the movie because it's like, what if you do all the things that have planned to do and it still don't work? How you
Yeah.
gonna act then? And he stood on business. It was actually able to do the thing for the sake of doing the thing.
Mhm.
Is the best way I could put it. And I'm not gonna say it's like a all time sports moment, but it was cool, And it wasn't like I was like the movie was like, oh, he did it, yes, like but
Yeah.
it was satisfying just to um see him be able to pull it off, and it's like, all right, at this point, like I don't know how you're gonna get back home, but at least you know you did what you came to do in a sense.
And I feel like that's a good thing, like, movies like this, have a good place where it lets you, like, feel that character's triumph, but give you, like, the feeling of, are they happy? Are you happy? Like, what like,
Still feel the
you
weight
can
of it.
literally yeah, you can literally write a whole segment on, like, what does this mean in that
Mhm.
moment? And, one person who, might be an athlete or, competes in competitions, they might realize, like, yo, that's like that's it. And another
Mhm.
person might say the same thing who, like,
Legacy
dedicated their
moment.
whole life to it and say like, dang, like, he
Mhm.
reached that, but it wasn't like he realized that wasn't like the tipping point, or like, you can have so many different outlooks on that same moment, which is just a great feeling to have in a movie.
Mhm. Yeah, and it could all been avoided if he just stayed in the hotel, the regular hotel. You know, like because it's not like there's not going to be more tournaments. Like that's going to be the last one. So like that's why I like the open endedness of the movie at the end, because it's like it's not about the wins and the losses necessarily. It's just about the fact that he did it and then went home to find what could be his baby,
Mhm.
but what we would have to believe to be his baby. And it's like, okay, like I did all this just to get to here, and it looks like he got the I ain't a
I'm
dad.
positive it's his baby,
I ain't
in
I
my
ain't a
opinion.
dad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But from a dad perspective, do you feel like he got it in that moment? He's like, oh, this is what it's about, you know?
Like, at first, I do think there's, like, a little feeling of, like, this may not be his baby,
Yeah.
and it's, like, just the wackiness of the movie, but I just
Hmm.
feel like it has to be his baby just from the opening scene like we discussed.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if you don't put that opening scene in there,
Hmm.
then it does for sure leave that very last scene of, like,
Yeah.
"Bruh, that ain't your baby," but
Yeah.
because, like, they literally did it and then they had that scene, I'm
Hmm.
like, "Yeah, that's his kid." So it's kinda weird feeling, but I
Yeah.
I do just feel like he saw the kid and then just kinda realized, I don't think they really explained, like, the overall outcome with his dad, right? Just like he was like,
No.
a nothing.
No, I didn't like he told a story, but it wasn't true to me. Like,
Yeah, we don't even know if it's true, yeah.
yeah. Like
We
he
just know that
said,
he's not in his life.
yeah,
Yeah.
essentially. Yeah.
And I think, like, he just saw the kid, he kinda already did what he set out to do, and, like, the way his character is, like, this is
Hmm.
a new thing for him to do, like,
Right.
and in his mind, it kinda just all came back, like,
Hmm.
dang. So, I and that's kinda why I kinda wish we saw just a small glimpse, like, what will he do? But
Yeah.
knowing his character, the way he finesses everything, it's just kinda like, I feel like he's gonna finesse being a dad also, like,
Hmm. Like
you know,
this one moment, not necessarily going to change his whole, outlook
yeah,
on
just
life, but
him, yeah,
yeah,
but it's a moment where
it's a
he
canon
stops
event.
being like this, like, supercharged
Hmm.
go-getter for a moment, because the whole freaking movie, he's always like, getting the next thing, getting the next thing. "How
Yep.
Imma make this play? How Imma make this move? Now I gotta be the best, blah, blah,
Hmm.
blah. Hey, you can do this, slide me a hotel." Like, so many plays he has going on in his mind, like, 24/7. Like, even he walks into the next room trying to dissect one thing, and it's like, boom, he gotta go in straight into Marty mode. And
Hmm.
I definitely feel like at the end of the movie, for
Ego.
him to just sit there and, like, not care about himself
Hmm.
and just care about this thing in front of him, this baby, was, like, the big moment.
Yeah.
Like Marty's not thinking about himself just for once.
Yeah. And there's so many different ways you can look at it too, because it's like you can look at it in the same way you said it, but you can also look at it, it's like, dang, it's a moment of like almost grief, because it's like I'm seeing something flesh and blood of me, realizing like what my dream is, and it could literally die right now because
Mhm.
of this life, you know.
Yeah, yeah, that's true
So
too.
it's different ways you could take it, but I feel like that's why I like how they leave it open ended, because it'll let you, you know, come to that conclusion yourself, essentially.
Yeah, yeah, good point.
So, movie was good. Movie was good.
Ah, no.
uh, last thing we talked about a little bit pre-show, but how much of the ping pong do you think was real? Give a percentage.
I don't think a lot of it was real, to be
Okay.
honest. Like maybe his like when he kept doing like the over the shoulder one, I was like,
Yeah,
all right, maybe
yeah,
he's doing that. Maybe he's dunking on the ping pong ball,
yeah.
but I don't think a lot of it was real at all.
Mm,
But I can't wait to find out.
yeah,
Like he probably already posted something on IG of him actually playing ping pong, going crazy. But
because he had the
I just don't
technique,
believe it.
like, you know what I'm saying, like he
Yeah,
was
he did.
going crazy. But I feel like I give it like 37% was real.
That's a crazy number. All right.
37. Um, and yeah, because they don't make it a ping pong movie where it's like slow mo on the ping pong ball. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's more
Not like
so like,
challengers.
yeah, it's like theater almost. You know, so yeah, movie was good though. Anything else? Do you have any questions you had about the movie?
I wouldn't really say any questions. It is a movie that, you pretty much are bouncing back and forth from a scenario to scenario, seeing how Marty got himself into this
Hmm.
mess to the next to the next, and how he's going to get out of it from the next to the next.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like the movie does a good job answering each thing that goes on.
Hmm.
I do say that I wish a lot of characters got wrapped up better.
Yeah.
Because while their story does end, it's just kind of like, it happens in a day or two, so this stuff doesn't really get resolved fully. Like it's just kind of like, dang, that's crazy. Dang, that's crazy. Like there was a whole scene where someone got stabbed, and
Not
like
funny, but yeah. Over
we're
a
just gonna
dog, bro.
ignore that.
John Wick.
Yeah, and like there's a whole John Wick scenario over a dog at a house that's just not gonna
Shootout.
get resolved.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of stuff like this where it's just kind of on purpose left in the air for movie magic's sake. Um, and it does make it just feel very movie-esque because there's so many scenes in which, like,
Yeah.
yo, you would not the police would find you by now. But hey, maybe the
Hmm.
police just did not do their
Man,
job
he
at
should have been
all.
arrested at least 3 times in the movie. At least three.
Yes. Yes.
Not being able to fly. Like, bro was just getting on planes with being wanted, you know?
Yeah.
So
No,
crazy.
back in the day was crazy.
Yeah.
And
Um,
he was not tired. This
nah. Yeah, endless
this
energy.
man, yeah, I guess there was some like,
No caffeine. He's off
no
caffeine,
caffeine, no nothing, just
you
he
know?
didn't
Just
have no
thriving off
bags on his.
life.
Yeah, it's
You
crazy.
know? Just thriving.
Yeah.
He was in his bag, literally, you know? Um, okay. So I wouldn't say I have any questions either per se, but I do have a couple more things that I wanted to talk about, and what could have possibly made the movie a little bit better or just been more of my speed. I think the only thing this movie was really missing would have been a narrator, like a narration aspect to the movie, where it's
Hmm.
like, you know, we're getting to hear Marty's inner thoughts a little bit more, except like it being like the compulsion almost, in a more indirect way, because we get to see him act it out, obviously. But I feel like a little bit good of narration would have been done some of these scenes good. And then the other thing would have been a scandal with K Stone because I thought we were gonna get it, but cops got paid off. You know what I'm saying? Now that would have thrown a wrench in his whole situation with Rockwell that I was expecting to happen, but we never got. Instead, you know, we see what he do. Get on a plane ticket.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and to put that in a movie in 2025 is spooky.
Yeah, it was like
I'm gonna just say that. I ain't gonna say what happened, but it's spooky, bro.
Our feelings.
It's spooky, you know. But yeah, those are two things that I feel like would have spiced the movie up a little bit more for me. But it's not to take away of the movie being bad or anything. I just kind of would have expected something a little bit more like that, maybe. But you got anything else before we get into scores?
I don't think so. I think we're good.
All right.
Like we definitely didn't do like a play-by-play, scene-by-scene this time around, but this is such a strange movie that I really feel like you can't.
You gotta just watch it, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Cause even though it's long, like you gotta stick.
It is long. Yeah.
Yeah. But all right. What are you giving Marty Supreme, Chris? Out of 10.
Ooh. G's gonna be shocked by this one. So overall, I'm gonna just come out swinging. I'm gonna give it an 8. I think it's pretty solid.
Okay.
I don't think it's really great. I just think it's good. And I think Timothée carries a lot of it. But I just feel like his character overall, I don't think they quite reached the empathy button. I think it's just kind of like, yo, this is a wacky, crazy character. See how he gets out of this. And some of his choices, I'm like, bro, you actually have plot armor because the people you're talking to are just complete idiots sometimes. Where they're like,
they call him out too. He called some of them call him out. They have one moment when he gets called out, but he doesn't care.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, no way some of this stuff works. Like no way it just keeps happening this way. But it's kind of part of the charm of the movie. So if you like slick talking, con artisty type movie, like how they get out of the situation, like this one's definitely up your alley. And I just do wish a lot of the characters, because there's a lot of characters in here, their stories just get wrapped up even better. But after seeing the runtime, because it did feel like a long movie, I don't know. Maybe they just cut out a few scenes, or just cut out some characters and then give these other people better credit. Because I just feel like there's a lot of scenes that in the moment it seemed like it's still in the same zany type movie scene, but overall, like what happens, I'm like, dang, we didn't need all that. Like we could have just went straight to this type of scene where I see you trying to shake someone else down and stuff like that. So it's just it's a good movie. I wouldn't say it's like badly directed or anything. And it's definitely interesting enough that I definitely would recommend someone go see it. At least for sure when it comes out on streaming, watch it and talk to your friends about it, because it is wacky and crazy. And this man Timothée is just he got it. He liked that. Like that. That's what you're gonna come away with, huh? You know what I mean? Okay. Watch out for little Timothées running around. When they talking like this, they got an agenda. But I'll give it an 8. I think it's pretty solid. Yeah. This man picked up the phone and was like, "What's good?" I was like,
he did. He did. Yeah.
But I thought it was pretty interesting, and it's a ping pong table tennis movie, kind of crazy. So, what'd you give it, G?
I left the theater thinking it was a 9.
9
because of Timothée Chalamet's performance, and just like how just the accomplishment of making a ping pong movie be like it for the runtime that it had, for me to be invested the whole time. Like it just went a different direction than I was expecting. And You know, just like I feel like I'll watch that movie again, 100%. Even after knowing all that happened, because like I just think like it's more of a like one of those movies where it's like you see the actors, the ones that's acting, the ones that's performing. And I felt like we got a good mix of both in this, where I'm like, I like the contrast of it, you know? But as like a final score, because after having the conversation, the more, like, I wouldn't call them problems that I have with the movie, but just more you notice about it, the more I'm like leaning towards it being more of like 8.5. Just like a smidge off, because it is a long movie. Like, I didn't realize how long it was until we started the podcast. I was like, dang, it was 2.5 hours, bro. So
like an hour 30 minutes into it, I couldn't believe that there was
we still going.
Potentially more movie. I was like, yo.
I was like, bro, if we go through another tournament scene, bro, I'm like, oh yeah, this is not gonna be good, you know. But for how they landed the plane, I was satisfied with the ending, and just the different like levels and almost like nauseating moments of like, oh my gosh, like how much further are they going to take this thing?
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I just appreciated the performance more than anything else, and yeah, different take on table tennis. You know, I gave it 8.5. 8.5 because I feel like it's hard with like biopic type of movies to like, unless you just completely get it wrong, like the character or the person wrong, to make it really bad, you know? So
yeah, it was like I was entertained. I don't think it's like great.
Yeah.
But I do think it was entertaining, and you know, him talking through these situations are really good. But there is just some crazy stuff happening.
Yeah.
Scene by scene, that if I really like break everything down, I'm kind of like, bro,
nah,
like,
bro,
this ain't no way. Just ain't no way.
When bro
so
fished the diamonds out the drain,
yeah,
just to realize I was like, oh, this is theater jewelry.
yeah.
I was like, bro, come on, bro. You knew it's not gonna be that easy, bro.
Yeah.
You knew it because she didn't care at all.
Yeah.
You know.
I know she walked out there really.
Yeah.
But hey,
I just realized that was Pepper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I know her from somewhere else.
Oh.
And I was just like, where is it from? And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm locked in now. I'm locked in. Timothée, Robert Downey Jr. Same haircut.
Do they?
And like Iron Man 2, yeah, I think so.
Oh man.
Maybe. I don't know. I might be grasping at straws here. But let us know what y'all think about Marty Supreme in the comment section. I thought we was gonna see something about Supreme, the brand, in here too at some point. But never happened. But yeah, let us know what y'all think about Marty Supreme in the comments section. What score would y'all give it? Chris, what you geeked about, bro?
Dang. What I'm geeked about. I mean, to be honest, I've just started Welcome to Dairy. And I will say that this thing it's nice.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little spook to it that
big
is
spook.
definitely
First episode, big spook.
Yeah, it's definitely up my alley where I'm like, okay, this feels right. But of course, tomorrow, Stranger Thing ends. It all ends in a single episode.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to it. I think overall, I'm just like, I'm excited to see how stuff ends. It's always gonna be a thing. But deep down, I'm just like, dang, I feel so bad for these big time shows that have been going on for like my whole life, because it just feels like no matter what they do, it's gonna like let me down. So I just want to probably like jot down my final theories. And for Stranger Things, I sat there today and said, like, bro, I have no idea how they ended this. Like, I
Yeah, I
do
don't
not
either.
know how this done in an episode. And I'm just gonna enjoy the ride tomorrow because it's just another finale.
Yeah,
And hopefully they stick the landing, and then we'll see on TO3. You know, hopefully I'm
yeah.
smiling in that one.
Hmm.
So speak about Stranger Things, and I can't believe like I just remember watching it for the first time, and now it's over. So
Yeah, I'm glad I started watching it because I was not on the Stranger Things train for the longest time, bro. I was like, bro, I'm not watching this, and I
yeah,
watched it, and I was like, oh, what have I been missing? You know?
yeah.
How do you feel about them taking forever to make it though?
I really don't like it. I
Yeah,
really don't like it.
because the
Um,
kids are no longer kids either.
like
The
I feel like a
people,
lot of magic has been lost from it, and
yeah,
even the way the season's going, I kind of feel like their previous season was like much better.
yeah,
And
agreed.
it just makes me wonder, like, how much does, like, money get involved with these decisions and messing up the storyline of it or,
Hmm.
I'm sure they had the same storyline this whole time, but there's just some magic about Stranger Things when it first came out, like, so much intrigue, and then
Hmm.
even when Vecna first appeared, I really liked it, but there's just something going on right now that I just feel like, we're not wrapping everything up tightly,
Yeah,
and, um
I think it was
I'm just
supposed
coming
to
to
end after
realization.
episode season 3. I think that's when it was
Y
supposed to end.
yeah,
And they
I'm
dragged it.
feeling that and that some type of contractual, let's do it longer,
Hmm.
um, got into the way of this, and,
Young's got busy because Stranger Things is popping. You know, Millie
yeah.
Bobby Brown got a million movies to do on Netflix. You know,
So it's just kinda like there's some magic just gone, and I just wanna see how they ultimately end it, but,
they look so
hey,
different too.
yeah, I think that's what it is. Like, that whole, like, kids trying to figure it out, and now we're at interdimensional beings being
Hmm.
going crazy, and yeah, y'all somehow are still gonna stop this one, like,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Hey, but
So,
Will's unlocked now. He's unchained, bruh.
yeah, true, and I'm really wondering, like, for a last episode, are they really gonna, like, have some crazy, crazy reveal? It's like, I don't
Yeah,
know, because it's the last episode, we gotta
very
we
true.
gotta get moving, so,
Hmm.
just hyped. But, what you geeked
Yeah.
about, G?
Um, first thing first, it's a piece. Oh, I'd say Stranger Things is up there. I'd say um Kaiju number 8 is up there. In the middle of
Mm,
finishing that because I just never ended up watching season 2. Um, and then I'd say uh I don't know. I'm just excited for the new year, bro. You know, new year, new
yeah,
opportunities,
I
and
feel it.
feel like it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, I feel like that's really it. Just Stranger Things. Oh, Ohio State got to beat Miami tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm hyped for that game.
I need that to go perfect. I need us to
I
win.
I think it will. I think it will.
I need us
I'm
to win
excited to watch. Yeah.
because it's like no matter what I say, bruh, you ain't just be like, ah, da, 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 da. I'm like, bro, we about to win again, bro. Watch, you know, like,
Oh, he's confident.
I don't know what else to tell y'all, bro. This is different here, different here. But I'm just excited to see it because you never know what's going to
Yeah.
happen, and college football is so volatile right now. Where it's like coaches is going left and right, players is going left and right,
Yeah.
and we don't know what it's gonna look like next year either. So I'm just excited to see how the playoffs shake out. A lot of legacy games in the mix for sure. Um, and then outside of that, bro, One Piece. I'm not gonna say what's going on because Chris still ain't watch it, but we going to a new place. I'm excited. I'm
Nice.
excited because the lore is loring right now, and it's so good. It's so good. Um, I want to talk about. So, I wanted to talk about Stranger Things versus Welcome to Derry, but Derry ain't finished yet. Um, or Chris ain't finished Derry yet. But
Yeah.
yeah, but like maybe after you finish that and Stranger Things, we can revisit it at some point.
Oh yeah,
And
for sure.
oh yeah, and I'm excited for the Geeked Awards that's coming out next year, so it's gonna be fun to look back at all the movies and watch and shows I don't watch this year because I have not really done that at all. I've been watching a lot of stuff, but you know, it's gonna be fun to look back. It's like, oh damn, I forgot this came out. You know,
Yeah.
so that'll be fun. But other than that, you got anything else, Chris? Before we get out of here?
Nah, man. I'm glad to be back in the movies. We hitting up this movie theater a lot already.
Yep, that's right. But appreciate y'all for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We'll see y'all in the next episode. See y'all next week. Stay geek. Peace.
Later, y'all.